And there are two death penalty cases in Texas that are catching the nation's attention. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Joe St. George joins us live now with an in-depth look at what's happening in both cases. Good morning to you, Joe. Let's get right into it. So this first case is from right here in Corpus Christi. It has to do with John Henry Ramirez. His case was heard by the Supreme Court because he wanted to have a priest in the death chamber with him as he's put to death. And now a Nueces County attorney is asking for that death penalty to be revoked. Can you tell us how likely this is to happen?
Well, you know, prosecutors in the state of Texas traditionally have had a very powerful say in what goes on when it comes to the death penalty. Ultimately, will be a judge's discretion as to whether or not Mr. Ramirez is executed. And to some degree, this is a big shock because the certainty of his execution was so clear that he lobbied all the way to the Supreme Court to get a priest, a minister, to be with him and pray when the execution actually happens. In this case, the appeal to stay this execution isn't coming from Mr. Ramirez necessarily. It's coming from the prosecutor who is having an ethical moment. In the legal community, there is a big debate over whether or not the death penalty is the proper form of justice. The prosecutor in this case saying that he doesn't believe it is the proper form of justice, and therefore that is why he has asked the judge to stay the execution. If it does get stayed, a future prosecutor could take office and reinstate it, so it doesn't necessarily take away the chance of being executed permanently for Mr. Ramirez, but it certainly adds an interesting ripple into a case that has been followed very closely. Obviously, because Mr. Ramirez went all the way to the Supreme Court over the prayer question, and now it's a question of just how much authority do prosecutors in Texas have when it comes to actually carrying out these executions. We'll wait and see.
Joe, this other case is with Melissa Lucio. She was sentenced to death for the 2007 murder of her 2-year-old daughter. If she's executed next week, she would be the first Latina to be put to death here in Texas. Why are multiple lawmakers trying to get her execution stopped?
Well, it's certainly attracted a lot of attention. Kim Kardashian has lended her voice to this effort, and that there is a growing belief, certainly amongst progressives in Texas, that her confession may have been coerced. And if that's the case, perhaps her child died by accident as opposed to an intentional act, which is why the death penalty was sentenced in the first place. This is very much, though, coming from her side of things. This is very different than Mr. Ramirez's case, because Mr. Ramirez's case is very much the prosecutor having a change of heart. In this case, it's a last-minute effort from her to save her life, to make a plea to the state to say, look, this was an accident. There's evidence that needs to be re-examined. This is a bit more traditional in terms of a last-minute effort by those who are on death row awaiting an imminent execution, as we are seeing here. But again, we shall see if it works. In recent years, we've seen a lot of last-minute pleas from those on death row around the United States, and very rarely is a stay of execution granted. After all, usually to get to this point, there has been countless litigation, countless hearings, countless arguments in the court of law, and this certainly has been well litigated. But we shall see if the voices of top Democrats in Texas, of Kim Kardashian, can make a difference. It would be history, as you pointed out, the first Latina to be executed next week.
Joe, thank you so much for following this for us and for your time today. We look forward to speaking with you again next week.